Hello, I want to show you what you can get to help you clean off, repair any spectacles or adjust them until you can get to an optician's to get the job done properly. So I've got my box here and I shall take out what we need. So what I have, the ruler is for my purpose and for the video, not necessarily for your use. We have a spectacle frame that we can use to show how some of the adjustments can be made, and we have a little toolkit. These you can pick up for just a couple of pounds from a lot of different shops. It's very small, so it's easy to carry about. And if I lift the top off, and I'll point out what there is. So we've got a little screwdriver, which is actually double-ended. We've got a pair of tweezers, because as you can imagine with a lot of small items, it's very difficult to get hold of them. We've got some adhesive nose pads, some temple hinge rings, and some screws. So let's start off by taking out the pliers. Now these pliers, this is why I've got the ruler, are 38mm in length. Now these are ideal. They haven't got to do a lot of work. Even the screwdriver is difficult to get out of this set, so I'll take that out first of all. And what we'll notice, it's got a flat head, and if we take the handle off and put it to the other side, and now we have a Phillips head. This screwdriver, it is a little bit fiddly. This again is 38mm in length, so it's not going to give you the biggest leverage, but it's only for a small item. Next, we have the adhesive nose pads. You'll see that side, it's got a bit of sticky back plastic, so you'd peel that off. So you'd peel that off, and it's adhesive underneath. So you'd then stick that pad onto the nose pad itself, and that becomes a cushioned nose pad. It also means that the gap between the nose pads is closed in a little bit more, so that would make it a lot more comfortable to wear. If you've lost one of your screws, these screws in this set are designed either for the lens screw, so if your lens has dropped out and it's the screw missing, that would be the screw that's in here. If your side comes off, then it's the screw there. So if either of those are lost, then we can replace them with these screws here. The majority of the frames do come with a 1.4mm diameter screw. So if we look at these here now, that's a gap of 1mm, a hole of 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 and 1.7. So what I'm going to do, I know these screws will be about 1.4, so I'm going to try the 1.4mm hole, and as you can see that's gone straight in, and you could hear it touching the ruler, so you know it's the right diameter. The length of these screws, for the sides you'd probably use the shorter of these two, but the longest of the screws of 6 millimeters in length. The shortest of the screws are 4 millimeters in length. So again, they can be used for a temporary repair until you can get to an optician's. And the other thing, which is probably more intriguing to most, these temple hinge rings. If you've got a fine-sided frame, like the one I'm wearing, so I'll use that for these. Let's say your glasses are open and you've stood on your glasses and they've opened out, they're splayed out like so, you can't wear them. That'd be impossible to wear. So they're like that. They don't even go behind your ears, so they're going to be falling off all the time. So you use your temple hinge ring, you slide it on the end, and tuck it just inside the joint. And I'll do the same on the other side. And now you'll notice that your sides don't actually open up fully, but because that's only rubber, you slide the frame on, that pulls the joint inwards and keeps the glasses on back into a normal position. And actually it's very comfortable as well. So I'm just going to take them back off, so I don't need them on my frame. Easier to put them on than it is to take them off. But then, if they've done the job, they can always be cut off, because these little packs don't cost a lot of money. That's my spectacles back right. What's the one thing you must always do when you've been working on your glasses? Clean your lenses. So that's my own glasses, but I've also been handling the other pair, so I'll clean them lenses as well. Otherwise you'll then be walking around with fingerprints. In fact, I've got quite a few fingerprints on this lens, on these lenses. And I'll just finish putting everything back into the box. So I've already put the screws back, the temple hinge rings and the nose pads. I'll put the screwdriver back and the tweezers, so they're ready to use for another time. Tops back on, and that's your set complete again.